Hi and welcome to this video. We're going to look at exact trig values when we have to use them to find either a missing side or a missing angle. Other than 0, that's 30, 45, 60 and 90. So we've got 5 actual angle values: 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. Now if I'm going to look to find the sine and cosine of those, okay, and again this is the sort of thing that maybe if you can learn it by rote, it becomes really easy to remember just reciting it off, and if you can see the pattern, then that makes it a lot easier. So sine of 0 is 0, sine of 30 is 1/2, sine of 45 is root 2 over 2, sine of 60 is root 3 over 2, and sine of 90 is 1 whole 1. Okay, if we're looking at the cosine, all we do is we invert that order. So we start with 1, and then it's root 3 over 2, and then it's root 2 over 2, then it's 1/2, and then it's 0. Now if you're going to use the sine rule to calculate missing sides and missing angles, a lot of the time for right angle triangle, if you're not going to use trigonometry, if you're not going to use SOHCAHTOA, okay, then you're going to be using this rule of sin 90, sine of 90 being 1. Okay, and that will make your simplification of equations a lot easier. A little bit of a trick is if you think sin, if I divide it by 2 on each number, okay, and let's think if I start with sine, so this is for sin, I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm just doing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 all divided by 2, and what happens on each of these, okay, is that the top number is square rooted. Okay, and you can see the difference between what I start with and what I end with. The square root of 0 is 0, and 0 divided by 2 is just 0. 1 square rooted is 1, and 1 divided by 2 is going to just give me 1/2, 1 divided by 2. Square root of 2 is going to be a surd, it's going to be an irrational number, so therefore we're not going to be able to square root that out. So we'd leave it exactly as it is, square root 2 over 2. Exactly the same with surd 3, square root of 3. It's not going to surd out, so we can leave that as square root 3 over 2. And on this last one, the square root of 4 gives me 2. So I've got 2 divided by 2, which is going to give me 1, which is where the 1 comes from. So if it helps to think about these numbers as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all square rooted, divide by 2, that would give you an exact answer as well. So you can write it like that to be able to calculate it. Okay. Normally on these, you're only going to need these values in a non-calculator paper. Okay, so it's not something that you're going to be able to put it into a calculator in that surd form and be able to calculate it. Okay, you would need it in the form at the top, but if it helps you remember it, hopefully that'll help. Alright, okay, I'll catch you again next time.